Is this thing on? Test. Ses. Can't believe I started my first ever video just talking to a camera like that, but whatever. Hi! Welcome to this new series on my channel. I suppose it's gonna be a series. It's gonna be called probably EYAP, because my name is Eya and I'm gonna yap. Whatever. Today's video is gonna be about my experience as an international student because it's probably what most of you guys, the 50 something people who follow me, hi mom, followed me for, which is the fact that I'm on Erasmus right now. But maybe some of you don't know that I'm also an international student back in France. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Just my full experience as a foreigner. Disclaimer, this video is gonna be about my personal experience, my personal opinions. I'm not gonna talk generally. This is all gonna be coming from a place of genuine, things I did or that happened to me. So yeah, please be mindful that maybe it won't happen to you, maybe you don't feel the same. This is my experience. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I hope this mic sounds good. I got it from Angie. Shout out to her. I got it as a Christmas gift and I decided that it should be put to good use. And I think the origin of the entire series is just this mic. So let's go. Okay, so I guess first I'm gonna start talking about how I got here. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm Aya. I am 23, turning 24, and I've been an international student for 5 years. Yep. So I left my country. I'm Tunisian. I left my country back in 2020, and I came here, not here, but I came to Europe for my university studies. How I did that was that I got my high school diploma, my French high school diploma in 2019 as what we call a candidat libre, which is like basically you study alone, you help yourself, and then you get your paperwork done, and then you register to take the French high school diploma in a French high school in Tunisia. And that diploma allows you to go study in France and be accepted into universities as if you're a French student, French resident. So yeah, I got my French high school diploma back in 2019. I got my Tunisian high school diploma in 2020 and I left as soon as I got it. And I was 19 at the time. My first year in France, well, I guess I should start by saying that first I started a degree in biology because I've always been a literature girl, but people, when you tell them you want to do humanities, parents, when you tell them you want to do humanities, my mom looked at me like I had grown a second head. She was like, for what? Like, what are you gonna do with that? But anyway, I digress. So I started with a degree in biology, which I pursued for 2 years before I had a mental breakdown because I was feeling there's just no other way to put it than dumb as hell. I was not in my element. I love science, but not to that degree, like I don't want to be studying it. I don't want to be like racking my brain doing maths every day. That's not what I want to do. So I called my mom crying and I was like, it's either I change or I go back home. And she was like, okay, okay, let's calm down. It was during COVID, by the way, so that was not helpful at all. So I went back home and we talked it over and I registered again for a new degree and I got accepted at Sorbonne University in Paris for an English studies degree. And now here I am. It's my third year in the degree and I was allowed to go on Erasmus by my university and I'm here in Dublin. So I've had technically two international student experiences, but so that's my story. That's how I got here. Now, onto the section where I talk about things more generally. Like I said, when I went to France, it was the middle of COVID, girl, like it was 2020, and France was on lockdown at the time. So honestly, I had a very hard time meeting people, making friends. I went to a small town called Amiens up north. It's very pretty, very cute city. It's one of my favorites till now. And honestly, sometimes I wonder if maybe if it wasn't COVID, I would have had a better experience, but I think I just wasn't suited for the degree either. So a lot of things accumulated. It was also my first year abroad alone, and I was like 100% alone. Like I couldn't make any friends or anything like that. And honestly, that kind of like made me realize how important it is to have some kind of community around you, to have some kind of friends around you. So the first subject to yap about is making friends. And making friends is hard, but it's also very easy. Hear me out. I'm an introvert, okay? I don't like going to people and talking to them and starting conversations and meeting people and talking to strangers. I don't like all that. It drains me of my energy, you know. I can do it, but I would rather not. So the first year I really had a hard time because first of all there was no way I could meet friends. Classes were online. Uh, I couldn't go out beyond like a certain point. My only interaction was really the guy at the grocery store below my house. So shout out to this dude if he sees me. Thank you. But it wasn't like a very nice first experience. But when I went to Paris on my third year abroad, so my first year of this degree, I started the year and I was like, you know what? I need people. Like I need friends. And I had a few back in Amiens, like not to discredit them or anything, but it was like what, two people? Like nothing much, honestly. Like I loved them, but it wasn't a lot and it wasn't like we could meet every day and it wasn't like very super close friendship type of thing. On the first year I started at Sorbonne University, I decided that I had to be more outgoing. And honestly, the way I did it is just talk to people in class, guys. Like, I was sat down, one of my best friends, Julie, I sat down next to her in class and the professor was speaking and I turned to her and I was like, isn't this woman so beautiful? It's like making me anxious. And Julie turned to me, she was like, oh my god, I was just thinking the same thing. And now it's been, what, 3 years of a wonderful friendship. I love her so much. So honestly, just do that. Just like find some common point that you have. Being in the same class is already a common point. Like you already have something in common, guys. You should start, I don't know, compliment their clothes, tell them you like their writing, if you're sitting next to them. You know, like it's very hard at first to make that first move, but as soon as you make it, you'll find out that more often than not, people are very sweet and they're willing to talk, they're willing to be friends with you, and they're in the same boat. They're also looking for someone to talk to them. Like they're also looking for some kind of connection. So helpful, you know, to start off the conversation first. And sometimes it'll happen to you too. You can sit around and wait for that, but honestly, you might wait a long time. So might as just do it yourself, you know? What's your one rejection in the middle of like 500 acceptances where people are gonna be like, oh my god, yes, thank you, I bought it somewhere, whatever, XYZ. I got this where, whatever, XYZ. Like, it's very easy. And that's how I met most of the people I know now, honestly. Even if you don't make that first step, you're gonna have people come to you anyway. Like, don't get me wrong, making friends at uni is way harder than making friends at high school or making friends in college because, uh, sorry, I said college as in college, but I meant middle school, because you're not gonna be around the same people all day, every day for every class, so it's harder to maintain relationships, but you need to kind of put some effort into it or else it's not gonna happen. The second point I wanted to talk about, and I don't have a transition for this, I'm sorry, I'm just going from point A to point B. The second point was like uncertainty. I told you that I had to change my degree in the middle, and at first I felt so awful because my parents are spending money, and I felt like I was wasting my time, wasting years. But now I wouldn't change what I'd done for like anything else because I feel so much happier in this degree, doing what I do now, doing what I love, doing what I like. And I just want to say that being uncertain, doubt is fine. Like, it's okay to not be sure whether you should have gone, whether you should have stayed in your country. It's okay to not be sure whether you should change this degree. It's okay to not be sure where you're going at all. Because, you know, that's just life. You're never gonna be sure what's gonna happen. You're never gonna be sure about what you're doing, about what's going around you. Being doubtful is fine. And honestly, sometimes you have to lean into that doubt. If it really starts taking a toll on your mental health and starts feeling bad, then that's when you know that you should really act upon it and change things. But other than that, it's okay to like be doubtful and still persevere in whatever you're doing. You know, it's gonna be all right. Like, you're young, probably. And even if you're not, like, you still have time. And honestly, who decides? Time is a concept. We're all living on a rock floating in space. Like, who cares? You know, you're stressing yourself out because you're comparing yourself to how others who are your age, your gender, your nationality, where they are. Maybe they have similar situations and they are way ahead of you. Well, we're not ahead of you because we're following their own time. We're not on a race with you, we're on a race with your own self, and you should be on a race with your own self too. So it's fine to be doubtful. Don't let it become a hindrance. Don't let it stop you in your tracks. Don't let it just full on give you a bad experience, because honestly, we're here to have a good experience. Another thing you're probably gonna be doubtful about is, I hear international students talk about it a lot. When I came here at first, I didn't feel it because I said I was going back home a lot, but you're gonna have a bit of an identity crisis, and it's fine. Sometimes I feel like people don't really know me because they don't know me when I speak my language. They don't know me when I speak Arabic. They don't know me when I'm around my family. They don't know me back home. They don't know me when I'm in my element, you know. They only know me ever so tense, ever so stressed because I'm not home, technically. Like, I'm far from my family. I'm far from the people I've grown around. So obviously, I'm not in my element, and it's gonna show one way or another. I was thinking last time I was talking to a professor, and I had a very hard time formulating my idea in English, very, very hard time. And as soon as I left that conversation, I really felt like crying because I felt so stupid. There's no really any other way to put it. I felt so stupid, and I felt also very like it was very unjust because if I had spoken to her back in Arabic or even in French, I would have sounded so much better. I would have sounded so much more intelligent. And honestly, the truth is, people don't notice that. They're gonna get your point wherever you get it across. As long as you get your point across, we're not gonna care about how high your vocabulary is, how high your proficiency is, as long as we understand you. I understand that it can be kind of daunting to have conversations in your second or third language all the time. I don't want to lose my identity, you know? I don't want to lose it. I was talking to a bunch of international friends about it, and we've all realized that we've never been prouder of our own identity as when we left home. Like, as soon as you leave that cocoon, as soon as you leave that situation where everything is the same as you, everyone is the same as you're gonna be like so proud of where you're at and so proud of where you come from. And I've realized that. Honestly, I don't know if what I'm saying is making any sense right now, but I hope you guys are following along. I hope I'm making sense. But it's called EYAP. I'm not here to be structured and think and thoughtful. It's gonna be me yapping, literally. Let's go back on the subject. Beyond identity protection and like remembering that everything you do is a part of you. It's okay. Like, you're not losing yourself and you're not less than just because you can't speak perfect languages or whatever the country that you are in. It's all part of the process and you'll just get better and better with years. Another thing I struggled with was FOMO, fear of missing out. I struggled with it a lot the first few times I went back home and people started having experiences that I wasn't a part of, or talking about like inside jokes that I was also not a part of, but I didn't know that I had people to explain to me. And my mom does this a lot, bless her. She doesn't do it on purpose, but she's always like, oh, you know, we went to this place, and then she's like, oh no, you weren't with us, right? And I kind of like feel like, you know, like a ping of sadness in my heart a bit. But at the end of the day, I chose to leave. I chose to like go out there and like look for a better opportunity, look for a better future for myself. And at some point, it's okay because I also have inside jokes that they're not gonna get. I also have experiences that they were not a part of. And it's sad and everything, but it's life and it's part of growing up anyway to like not have like to lose people, to get new people, to lose experiences, get new experiences, to get out of your comfort zone, to like get out there. And honestly, the way I handle my FOMO from back home is that I try to do the maximum here. So honestly, I think that's the like motto of this video, is just go out there, do things, talk to people, get around, visit the country that you're in. Don't just stay stuck in the city that you study in. Don't just go like home, uni, home. That's not what you're here for, because going abroad is just not about studying and getting better future. It's a whole experience, right? It's about visiting the country you're in. It's about broadening your perspectives. I really hope, if anything comes across this video, it's just that huge excitement that I want to like give you guys about being out here, you know. And even though you're far from home, that huge excitement about being able to discover new things and see how much diversity is out there in the world, because at the end of the day, it's a privilege, right? It's not available for everyone, not everyone can do it, so might as well like make the most out of it. You feel me? So yeah, I'm just gonna shut up. It's already been 20 minutes of me yapping, and I'm gonna have to edit that. So out of like respect for myself after, I'm gonna stop talking here. I hope the audio was clear. This is my first time using the mic for so long. I hope there aren't a lot of like, you know, sounds. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys either in the next vlog or maybe in the next yap session if I find the subject that I really want to yap about on the internet. So, yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.